Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be ranking every ethereal monster now that the class has concluded with Bemebeth. So yeah, I tried to find a tier list of this, but all I could find were like outdated ones. So I added, the rest in it and also organized it very nicely down here. So if you want only to see like the workshop monsters, just skip like maybe halfway through the video. Alright, Ghast. Ghast is awesome. I probably low S tier, but has to be S tier. Ghast is great on Planet Island, amazing on Ethereal Island, and I love Ghast. The design's pretty great. It's like a cat. It's just awesome monster. Grumpire, uh, B tier, but I assume, yeah, B tier. Grumpire is not phenomenal, not terrible, but just not one of my favorites really. But I think it's pretty good for a shadow monster. Rebro A tier, good percussion. Might it definitely does like a lot on Ethereal Island, and it's great. Geode A tier, not really my favorite. Probably above Rebro. There we go. Very unique sound and sound. Uh, I think it's a good monster, but I don't really like the design that much. It's just not one of my favorites, personally. Humbug, eh, barely A tier. I'm not much of a Humbug fan. I don't like bugs. Uh, but yeah, you can't really hear it. In fact, I don't even know why I'm putting it in A tier. This might be a bit too high. I'm gonna bump everyone down a bit. This feels kind of brutal, but I don't really like these monsters all too much, actually. Now that I think about it. And this is just because we have a workshop monsters on here, so yeah, I'm just gonna try to balance it out. Wisp, B tier, no, C tier. C tier seems really bad, but just not really anything that interests me with Wisp. I just don't care too much. Uh, C tier seems low, but I gotta be more critical with my tier list and rankings. I feel like I'm too generous with how I feel about them. I just don't care for Wisp. Nebulob, C tier. Guys, I promise I don't hate for Ethereals. I really like this class. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Don't care for Nebulob really. Socks. I want to put an S tier, but I don't know. I'll A tier. It just, well, it does sound nice. It doesn't play a lot on Ethereal Island. And I feel like the workshop monsters are really great, and they're gonna take up a lot of the S tier spots. Gelbilly, B tier. Nah, C tier. Another one I don't really care for too much. Let's put him right there. I don't know. I just don't care for some of these monsters. Araculele, I want S tier, but not loud enough on Ethereal Island. But I am a fan of like Araculele. I think it's really nice sounding and good, but it's just not loud enough. Voodoo, C tier. Another one I don't care for. I know it sounds like I don't care for any of these, but now that I think about it, a lot of the double element ethereals are just, eh. Um, Decent sound, doesn't do a lot. Kazillion, I don't know why, I've been kind of a fan of Kazillion. Okay, maybe above Geode's a bit much, but I do just like Kazillion's design for some reason. I think it's decent. It's almost like Xert, which we'll get later, or Xert, but I just call it Xert because this is what I call it. I know the right one's Xert though. Bellowfish, B tier. I do like Bellowfish, but not that much. Dragon. Here, this is proof that I do like some of these. S tier. I don't know why. Something about Dragon I really like. The design. The symbols are great. It's good on the island. I just, for some reason, it's one of my favorites. Fun Prey. I always thought this one was a bit overrated. I'll put it right there in A tier between Socks and Irakulele. Pretty good sounding monsters though. I really like Fun Prey, but I don't think it's quite S tier. Like I just don't care for the design really. But yeah, cause I'm ranking these on overall. And while music is a huge part of the game, I do just love the designs that BB comes up with, and Fun Prey is just not really amazing, I'd say. Whoops. Eureka, I think belongs in A tier right here. I like Eureka's cool. Oh yeah, we're onto the workshop monsters too now. I like Eureka, but I don't really like the ton part. Like, it was a cool surprise when workshop released, but I just find it a bit annoying and obnoxious, and he does get repetitive after a bit, like pretty easily. But I do think it sounds pretty cool. Meebkin, B tier. I like the design. You know, the animations are pretty crazy on Meebkin. It got drowned out as workshop went on. It's was kind of one of the main monsters of workshop. When I released, you got them for free and stuff. Blair it. Yes, S tier. I kind of want to put these above Dragon. Blair's above Dragon. Dragon was my favorite Ethereal, but I just can't anymore. The workshop monsters are too good. I love Blair. Automatons are cool. I'm glad we got an automaton monster. I barely knew what it was before, but I think they're pretty cool. And Blaird's a pretty good monster for that. Gadzooks, I had to put it in S tier because it kind of carries Workshop's song. As more percussion was added, like a lot more percussion, it's not as necessary, but still carries it, like the main parts of the song. Like, yeah, it's hard to go without it. Oglord, I feel like it's A tier. Unpopular opinion, but I legit like the first track more than the second track. I just think something about the first track sounds really cool, and the second one doesn't interest me as much. But yeah, maybe I'll put Oglord here. I think it's pretty cool. I think Oglord and Blair and maybe a lot of the other workshop monsters were done by new designers, and they had some great ideas, not gonna lie. But yeah, Oglord's neat, but not quite S tier in my opinion. You wanna know who is S tier? This ranking seems so messed up, but I just really like Flask's design. Flask is awesome. I'll put it right below Dragon. By the way, they look very similar. Like, the way they're shaped almost, but I just really like Flask. After all these waves, I still think it's pretty cool, even though it did get a bit drowned out. I do like it. Night Bear. Right at the top of... Above Grumpai is crazy. No. Right there. I don't care much for Night Bear. It doesn't do that much, but now that there are more verses, I do think it does a lot more. It's just kind of random. I don't know. When it released, it was really dumb too. It just went, after the last verse. Now, of course, it sings a lot more often, but like, yeah, I'm just not interested in Nightberry. Piplash. Oh my gosh. So, a part of me wants to put Piplash in S tier, like S tier or F tier. I literally still can't decide if I love this monster or hate it. Something about the design really bothers me. It just looks awkward. The sound's not that bad, but doesn't play much. It definitely, with the new verses, also helps out Piplash and Nightbear with monsters that I thought really didn't do much. And Zerd doesn't do much, but that intro is pretty cool. I'll get to Zerd later. I just don't know about Piplash. I think it's very B tier. Maybe, I don't know, here. This is a weird ranking, but I just don't know about Piplash. Something about it has always bothered me, and it came out with Vention, which that design's amazing, so it just kinda, I just kinda looked over Piplash, and Vention was just more awesome in my opinion. Zert, I can't put it in S tier, as much as I would want for the funnies. But right at the bottom of A tier because, like, a lot of people have grown to like Zert more now, but I've been a Zert fan since day one. Like, I always thought it brought more atmosphere to the song. I think it's good. It's really good for the opening. I wish it did a bit more, but I think it does enough. Like, some monsters just aren't built to play a lot, so. But yeah, the design is kind of strange, but I kind of like Zert. Teeter Totter. Man, I love Teeter Totter's design. It has to be S tier. It's too similar to Bisonus, but like other than the kind of weird colors because it looks like Bisonus. But ignoring the fact that Bisonus exists, Teeter Totter is just awesome, and I love the sounds. It's just a good monster. Whale is overrated. Like, that design, they're trying to make it kind of creepy, but like, I just don't care for the design, and it's not a very good representation of plasma as an element. I honestly did not like it when it released. A lot of people were saying how amazing the vocal is, but I just found it kind of annoying. If you remove it from Reverse Love and it doesn't have like that big like backbone to it anymore. So I don't know. I don't. The second track too. I don't care for it, but if you remove it, then there's nothing there. I don't know. I don't think Whale's amazing. Like, I find it just a bit annoying. But it's not bad either. It's hard to rank, but I definitely do not a fan of the design. I'll put it in B tier. Maybe. I'm not sure where. You know what? Let me put Bellafish up, but Whale above Humbug because it's definitely more audible. So, Vention S tier. I'm not sure where specifically. Better than Gadzooks. Probably better than Teeter Totter. Cast. Oh my gosh. Is it better? Blair's too good with automatons. But Vention's one of the best and most creative designs in MSM in like a long time. Like, it's really good. It executes the mech element perfectly. I think it does the best job out of all the quads, and even like Rebro as a single elemental. I think it executes its element the best. way possible. And I think it's just a really good monster. The sound, I will admit, it doesn't like carry the song, but I do love a whistle. Like, for some reason, I just really want a whistle monster every time. And then when we got it, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. And it's just a good monster. And it felt revolutionary at the time, but then we got a lot more percussionists. But it's still a very solid monster and a great design. Like, still, it is amazing. Penumbra, I see a lot of people say Penumbra is the best quad. I'd probably put in an A tier. Maybe here feels about right. I like it, and its sounds are very interesting. It copying monsters. Fortunately, Mimic kind of does that in a way. This does it differently, but then Behemoth also does that, so a lot of copying, but I do like Penumbra, but it's not the best. Rismuth. I'm sure I've made a lot of controversial claims already, but I love Rismuth so much. Like, it's seriously good. I don't know where to put it. Like, it just sounds so awesome. Like, I don't even, like, play Minecraft. I know that sounds crazy. Why is it so laggy? But, so like, the design's not great. I do like it, but it's not, like, my favorite, but that sounds insane. Ugidi, I feel like it's such a missed opportunity with the design. Like, I want more of, like, poisonous, like, sewer pipes or something with a poison quad, but instead they went with this random design that's supposed to look disgusting. I just wish the design was different, but ever since the release, I've always been an Ugidi fan. I think it really, like, yes, it's another percussionist, but the song really needed the cymbals, I think. And the splash sounds are fun. I can't put it in S tier. I don't feel like it feels right. But I'll put it... Nope, not very. I don't know why it's lagging on me. Right, very. And finally, the last monster, Behemoth. I thought this would be like a C tier monster, because I was caught off guard by the lyrics. That was a strange move, and Make It Landing was also a strange move, and I wasn't sure. The design looked cool, but also that blue part does kind of throw me off a bit still. Like, it looks like it should be darker, since I just feel like it's a bit darker colors. But when it released, like, I was shocked. Like, I don't know, it just kind of works. And by the way, people who say I should play more, I disagree with. Like, maybe if it had more tracks, but I think it's perfect, like, how they did it already. Like, if I just kept saying creations of a mastermind, we have a workshop, the whole song, it would get so repetitive, like, really quick. Like, so quickly. But yeah, I think they did a good job with it. I think the gibberish is cool, and I like that part where it's just like, and I don't know. It's a good monster. I think they did a pretty good job with it. I'll put it in right here. I don't know. I like it, but it's not like super good, but it did surprise me how much I did like it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry about all the pain you had to go through watching my weird rankings. I'm not sure what this is, but I just like some monsters for some reason that I can't really explain, like Dragon. I go a lot off of the design because I just like to look at the monsters, but I do go off of the sound, how much I do for their songs. And yeah, this is just my random opinions, and I know it's gonna be very different from yours. So yeah, thanks for watching. Why am I saying it multiple times? Goodbye.